Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Larry's House of Hockey. This particular video is not a good one. I mean, this happened a couple days ago, but I hadn't gotten a chance to really talk a little bit about it until until now. I just got home from work a little bit ago, and I thought I'd if I finally get a chance to talk a little bit about this. But Adam Johnson, a professional hockey player. He played for the Pittsburgh Penguins for a little bit, and he was playing over in the United Kingdom, over in England's top pro league, the EIHL. He was playing for the Nottingham Panthers, and unfortunately, a freak accident happened. He took a puck to the net, or he took a skate to the neck, and unfortunately, he passed away due to the injury. And it kind of had me wondering. Now, of course, Adam Johnson, he was initially from Hibbing, Minnesota, right here in Minnesota. He played for the University of Minnesota Duluth, and he just it was such a and there's actually somebody put out footage, and it said, first footage of, horrific injury. I don't think I want to watch it. I really don't think I want to watch it, because I watched, I'm old enough to remember the incident with Clint Malarchuk when he was the goaltender of the Buffalo Sabres. And he took a skate to the neck, and it literally severed his carotid. And fortunately, there was a doctor there that was quick, that was right on the ball, that got to him as quick as possible. Tried to help whatever way he could, got him off the ice, got him to the hospital. He had to have emergency surgery, but they saved him because they were quick on it. Now, not saying that they weren't quick here over in Nottingham, but it's one of those things, And it was a few years later. I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. He played for the Florida Panthers, and I want to say he played for the Minnesota Wild for a little bit of a time too. But it was a similar thing. He took a skate to the neck, and he skated right off the ice going like this, and fortunately, they saved him. Unfortunately, in this case, they couldn't. Now, it's interesting. You see all the safety stuff that comes out, for concussions, try to make the helmets, as safe as possible. Try to make, different manufacturers are trying to work on not just equipment, but some of the new jerseys that'll be coming out. They're hoping to maybe try to make those a little more tough, I guess, to offer a little more protection against skate cuts. And it just had me, and it kind of had me wondering, hearing this, especially now after him passing away. You've got all these safety measures. Is it time finally to get something for around the neck? Something. I mean, I don't know, like whether it's a neck guard or even something. Maybe like if you look at stuff that bulletproof vests are made out of, the Kevlar vests. Maybe I don't know how that would work. I mean, they stop bullets, so I would imagine they would help with skate cuts. That maybe that's something that the players should start wearing around their necks to prevent against that. Because, and it's amazing that this doesn't happen more often, and thank God that it doesn't, because it's scary. It's a scary thing. I mean, you go down, if you're going down on the ice or whatever. I mean, there's skates flying all over the place. I mean, you take a look at it, those skates, those blades are, I mean, they're sharper than scalpels. I mean, they are. I mean, as you'd say, you're wearing a pair of knife shoes, and those blades are, I mean, they're that sharp. And it just, I mean, when you can take that and basically hold up a sheet of paper and you can cut right through a sheet of paper like it's nothing. That's how sharp those blades are. And they sharpen those blades in between basically every period. So that's how sharp they are. And it just had me thinking that maybe it's time, you do all kinds of other different safety precautions. Maybe it's time to come up with something that you can put around the neck, that maybe you could just put over your head, and it would go down from here down to like here, and it would cover all around the neck and throat from basically from like here all the way down to, say, where your top of your shoulders are. So everything is protected there. And like I said, I don't know what kind of material they could use. Maybe, I mean, maybe something like Kevlar or something, like they would use in bulletproof vests. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they would use. But I think especially after this, it's time to think about that. It's time to think about putting some type of neck guard on the players. Whether and I'm not saying it's got to be like the kind of neck guard like a goalie has, where it just kind of hangs there and just kind of swings, and it's just like, it's just kind of like a plastic. Not something like that. I'm talking a full like wrap thing that you can just put over your head, and it will cover your entire neck, from basically your cheek, from where the bottom of your cheeks are, all the way down to the top of your shoulders, and all around. So if you go down and you have a skate that comes up and clips you in the neck, it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna cut you. It's gonna hit that guard or whatever, and it might put a slice in that, but it's not going to go any further. It's not going to cut. It's not going to go into you. It might cut the guard, but it's not going to cut you. I think maybe that's where the league and leagues across and all leagues should probably think about doing that. Especially now that we've been fortunate where there have been instances like this in the past that have happened, and fortunately they've survived. I mean, Clint Malarchuk, glaring example. I mean, that messed with him for the rest of his career, though. He was very nervous for the rest of his career about, going down or whatever. I mean, you don't know, you don't know if you're going to, if you could potentially take another skate to the neck like that. And it's such a sad thing, I mean, especially, and he was young too. He was only 29 years old. He was only 29 years old. He only played 13 games for the Penguins, but still, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate. And like I said, hopefully this might give the idea for, because I mean, they do it with head injuries all the time. You talk about, well, we need to come up with this, or we need to come up with this, to better cut down on the head injuries and all that. Well, I think this, with this happening now, I think it's time to look into some kind of neck covering, whether it's a neck guard, neck covering, something that can protect the player if in fact a skate comes up and clips the player in the neck. He's got something on there that will protect him. That's a thick material that, like I said, if the skate cuts it, it might cut the material, but it won't go all the way through. And like I said, maybe you take something, look at the aspects of a bulletproof vest, and take some of the material on there and maybe try and mold that into a neck guard of some kind. I mean, it's worth a shot, but yeah. So, obviously, my condolences to his friends, to his family, and, it's tragic, that's, and of course, Nottingham, they went and they postponed their next, what was it, three games, I think. Where was that at? I saw a thing where they talked about, they were going to postpone like the next 2 or 3 games. But yeah, it's such a, and it's one of those freak accidents. It's sad. It sucks. And, he was well liked on his team. And, and hopefully, his family can help get through this and try to, it's never a fun thing, it's never a fun thing to have to look at that, but hopefully maybe after this, there can be something that can come along that can protect the players for around their necks. I think that would be it'd be a smart thing to do. And like I said, something to protect the players, because those skates, they're sharp as can be. And I love the sport of hockey. I have since I was a little kid. It's the greatest sport in the world. And nobody really thinks about it a lot, but it can be a very dangerous sport. Because when you have skates, when you are wearing basically essentially a pair of knife shoes that are sharper than scalpels. And like I said, thankfully it doesn't happen often where you see a skate to the neck. I mean, we've seen it happen, where they've taken skate cuts to the arms. I mean, Evander Kane, he missed more than half of last season because he got his arm cut by a skate. And that's where they were talking about, maybe trying to make the material in the jerseys a little more tougher to be skate cut resistant. Well, if they can try to do that with the jerseys, let's do something. Let's make something for the neck, where the player can just grab it, put it over their head, and it sits all around their neck. And it's one of them things, you'd rather have it and not need it than not have it and then having something as unfortunate as what happened here happen. So just something to think about. And hopefully, hockey in general will look into that, because, we just to try and prevent this from happening again. So let me know what you guys think. Again, condolences to his friends, his family. My prayers go out to them. And and obviously, my my prayers obviously go out to the Nottingham Panthers and his teammates, and just the hockey community in general, who is who's mourning his loss, and hopefully something good can come out of this, where we can have something that comes out that can protect the necks and the throats of the players. And it just sucks that something like this has to happen in order for that potential safety measure to come out. But it sucks, and yeah. So I mean, not much more I could say there. But let me know what you guys think about this, and do you think that it's time that leagues across the world try to come up with something to protect the players' necks? I think it. I think it is, and but I'd love to know what you guys think. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, if you like the video, hit that like button. If you really like to, hit that subscribe button. And again, thoughts and prayers go out to his friends, his family, his team, everybody around him, the whole hockey community. And like I said, hopefully this can lead to something where some kind of safety measure can come up, and they can come up with something to protect the players' necks and throats. So hopefully we'll see what happens. But again, thoughts and prayers to his family. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later.